Talking about the matter of mutual suspicion and trust again. And recall that about some weeks ago, the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was at an MBA conference, the recently concluded MBA conference, where she talked about some politicians weaponizing security to bring down some other persons or to make certain persons look not good, so to speak. Is that what you are also laying credence to, that there are persons who are weaponizing or politicizing the matters of security or insecurity as it is, and using it against government? Because they have a responsibility to their people. Shouldn't the people be at the heart of whatever decision that people in power should make? That's a question on the one hand. On the other hand, you were speaking about the matters of funding and how it is that it's important that states adopt certain structures that are peculiar to their peculiarities or that can fit into their peculiarities. Do we have the personnel and other resources necessary for what we need to deliver on the matters of state policing as it is?
Thank you very much, Veronica. Your questions are hydra-headed. I'll try to do this by, first of all, looking at the issue of weaponizing the police against the citizenry, or perhaps even against political opponents. You see, in every system, in every situation, in every condition, there are pros and cons, there are advantages and disadvantages, which also indicates that in a very good analysis of any situation, you will look at the pros and cons of establishing state policing. State policing, fine, we bring security closer to the people. It will also help in localizing policing into the extent that the response time for crimes, even community conflicts, will be reduced. However, what is necessary in every system is that ab initio, legislating for, in an attempt to legislate for state policing, there must be due consideration given to the issue of control and supervision. And of course, since state policing is layered, there must be clear lines of control. And of course, the state assemblies as well as the National Assembly will need to also live up to its own responsibilities, so that there will be provisions for it to conduct hearings, town hall meetings with people, and also create safety valves that will bring any erring governor or any abuses will definitely be sanctioned. One of it is that, of course, that there will be no immunity, for instance, for any governor that uses the state police to perpetrate crimes against humanity or crimes that impinge on human rights of people living within its state borders. So what it also means, it interrogates the quality and character of leadership that we will need to throw up in moving forward in Nigeria. We must begin to look for square pegs to fit into square holes, and move away from this domain of nepotism and sometimes crass interests, which of course will not help Nigeria and has been in a bane of Nigeria's national development. But now that there's a will to do this, I think we need to take advantage of it. And that comes to the proper issue of funding. The issue of funding is quite crucial, and we must recognize that all the states are not equally endowed or empowered. But strictly speaking, and also in answering to your question about manpower, Nigeria has a population, only God knows how many we are, but at least we are working on the assumptions that we are above 200 million people, of which it is reported that over 50% of the populace are of youth and unemployable, of employable age and youth population. So I think that there is enough spawning ground for recruitments, and of course we keep talking about unemployment. We keep talking about needs to keep the youth population engaged. So all we need to do, if you look at a state model like that of Lagos, of course there are people being employed into LASMA, there are people who are employed into Neighborhood Watch, and of course if you go to Kano, you see the Hisba, you see this force that looks like LASMA, that always dressed in yellow. And some other states too have adopted that model. This provides employment, and they also perform quasi-security duties. So all we need to do is to harmonize, legislate, and also ensure that funding is available. If you look at the Lagos model, the Security Trust Fund has been there for quite a long time, and honestly, if it's working in Lagos, fine. Lagos is a mega city, but every state can choose its own model according to its security needs and requirements. So I don't see any reason why we should be afraid to allow states policing efforts to move on, even as the bill is still lying somewhere in the National Assembly. I believe with better advocacy and also with better trust and confidence building, and we need to keep putting this issue in the front burner as TVC has been doing in the last couple of years, to bring this discourse to the front burner, so that people of various interests and professions can speak into the dynamics of it. And by and large, everybody will begin to understand and build better confidence in that system. And that a journey of 1,000 years is said to begin with a step. Veronica.